Who would have thought that this slipped my mind? 2 weeks ago, I dropped a way too early stat performance prediction for our quarterback, Jalen Hurts. That is up to over 640 views, which is mind-boggling to me in terms of numbers. But I almost forgot a stat prediction video for the man that I think is going to have the majority of the quarterback's passing yards, and that man is DeVonta Smith. Yes, sir. What is going on, everybody? Lindy End Zone back in the building for the touchdown, taking the lead for the Eagles, one video at a time, and dropping buckets for my Dallas Mavericks. My boy Luka killing it over there for Slovenia. They qualified for Tokyo 2020. Shout out to my boy. If you are new to the channel and love the diversity of fandom that I bring to the table, as I always say, is who knew an Eagles fan would love a Dallas sports team so long as it's not the Cowboys? You already know. But if you guys like the content, let me know down in the comments. Whatever. I'd love to have you a part of the End Zone fam, and all you got to do to achieve that is hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell so y'all know when I drop my next piece for the channel. Lately, I've been putting some gaming streams out for gameplay and whatever, but we got to get back into Eagles football for a little bit. I will have some Mavericks content eventually as well. So let's dive into this. DeVonta Smith. Whew. Okay. Now, I had to bring up a couple of comps for him, and the only two that I can necessarily think of, that can be perfect for this example is they're kind of a bit of an opposite in the case of what their teams went through last year. Even though both teams weren't very good, they had their own issues as to why. I brought up the statistical player comps between CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson for this example. If we go over CeeDee Lamb's numbers for a minute here, he had 74 catches for 935 yards, averaged 13 per reception with 5 touchdowns, his longest being 52. He averaged about 5 receptions a game, caught 67% of his passes. Yards per game was about 58. Now, yeah, the catch percentage numbers are going to be skewed, and a lot of Cowboys fans are going to agree to that just because of the fact that Dallas did not have a consistency at the quarterback position. We see Dak go down in Week 5 against the Giants, and then they had to throw in there, guys between Andy Dalton and the two other quarterbacks that are slipping my mind for a minute, other than Ben DiNucci, who I just remembered, and then there was another quarterback that played for Dallas, but that's not the here nor there with the names. But yeah, those numbers were a bit skewed, and we get that, and that's all fine and dandy. But CeeDee Lamb put up some great numbers for a rookie. He came close to 1,000 receiving yards. He stopped at 935. He started 14 out of 16 games, so he was relatively healthy. Then we go over to Justin Jefferson. 88 catches for 1,400 yards, averaged 16 a reception, 7 touchdowns. 58 of those were first downs. His longest was 71. I think it was that bomb that Kirk Cousins hit him for against the Tennessee Titans. I think it was that game. I think it was like Malcolm Butler in coverage or something like that. There was 2 guys. I think y'all know. I think it was one of Justin Jefferson's first touchdown receptions. The average yards per target was 11.2, 88 yards per game, 6 receptions a game. Now, this is a receiving core that also has Adam Thielen that got his numbers as well. I think he had about 974 yards, a decent amount of receptions. And this is also a Minnesota Vikings offense that featured a guy in Dalvin Cook who rushed for over 1,550 yards. So a lot of people were eating, and, that just goes to show how damn good Justin Jefferson was. Now, in respect to the Philadelphia Eagles, there's a lot of young blood that we're working with here, with the potential of, of course, DeVonta Smith and Jalen Reagor. A lot of people are hoping that Quez Watkins, he takes that next step. And Travis Fulgham for our 50-50 guy, and stuff like that. What's John Hightower going to look like? There's a lot of competition there. But I think, and it's almost obvious that DeVonta Smith is going to set the standard. He wasn't a Heisman winning receiver for nothing. Put up some historical numbers for the Crimson Tide over there, for Alabama before he became a Philadelphia Eagle. And it still boggles a lot of minds to this day that DeVonta Smith's a Philadelphia Eagle, and he gets to play with a former teammate again in Jalen Hurts. These two are going to definitely work on developing that chemistry at the NFL level. This was one of their dreams. It happened, and they have to make it happen in a part of success on the football field. So after going through the numbers with, 2 receivers as example, I do believe, in my opinion, and this isn't, NFC East bias whatsoever, we already know the reasonings behind the inconsistencies of the Dallas Cowboys and everything. And even though CeeDee Lamb did put up the numbers that he was able to accomplish, I still think DeVonta Smith is going to outdo CeeDee Lamb, but he's going to fall a little bit short of Justin Jefferson's historical, season as a rookie receiver. That's it's going to be hard to top. Obviously, it's going to be hard to top. For my prediction, I feel that DeVonta Smith is going to average about 80 catches. I think he's going to go over 1,000 yards. We'll say about 1,150, and I think he's going to have 6 touchdowns. Now, while some of those numbers may seem low to some Eagles fans, we do have to add a respect of fairness here. There's a lot of players that we have high potential for and high expectations for. There's only one football. We have to see, how the quarterback looks. And we know and we feel that these guys are going to be put in positions to succeed. But to me, I think it's clear that DeVonta Smith is going to end up being the number 1 receiver of this football team, that go-to guy. Arguably the best route runner coming out of college, going into the NFL. A lot of that stuff is going to be displayed on the football field. It's just going to be about him getting open and Jalen Hurts getting him the football. We got to make sure that Miles Sanders eats, so we have a bit of an evenness between our run and our pass, so we don't become one-dimensional. There's a lot of factors to go into here, and obviously the offensive line. But this all sounds like, perfect case scenario. But at the end of the day, if we manage to stay healthy at the majority positions, offensive line being most important, followed by quarterback, because, quarterbacks really aren't anything without a healthy and consistent O-line. We saw that last year for the team in 2020. Again, I feel DeVonta Smith is going to be around 80 catches, 1,150 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to keep this one relatively short, like the Jalen Hurts prediction. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think how DeVonta Smith is going to do in his rookie year for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let me know down in the comments. I appreciate you sticking to the end of the video, clicking on it, and just viewing it. Leave a like if I did do a good enough job, and if you like the prediction that I gave, of course, be sure to converse in the comments. I do read them and I do react to them. But that's going to be it. I'm going to get out of here, everybody. This has been Lindy End Zone once more for another touchdown of the Philadelphia Eagles, taking the lead one video at a time. That's it for me, y'all. Fly Eagles, fly, bleed green. MFFLs, go Mavs. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon.